Hi, it's Ashley from AB Sound Advice. Today we're doing a product review of the oBravo HAMT-Signature. So the HAMT-Signature. This headphone is worth, in this part of the world, just on 15k, so 14,999.95. So it's a pretty serious headphone. As you know, in the past, I've obviously played with headphones 5,000, 10,000, and now we've gone past there to, as I said, just short of 15,000 for a pair of speakers. And this is a part of the world that's in NZ dollars. And of course, that price will variate depending on where you live in the world. And as always, we will go through the specifications. So they a black cavity, which you can see here with the Acura wood, I think it is. The outer casing is the aluminium alloy, and the ear band is using carbon fiber, which is pretty cool. It has the AMT tweeter, which is a 40mm, and the driver is 57mm. Frequency response is 15 Hz to 34 kHz with an impedance of 56 ohm, and we also sensitivity 105 dB. Now, I've had these for a while, and I'm just going back to see. I think we did the unboxing of these looking like about October last year. So I've had a lot of time to play with these. And again, when we get to this level, I don't tend to hold on to something just for a couple of weeks. I try to have it for months or even as long as I can. So I've got a good opportunity, A, to run them in, B, to try them on lots of different devices, and also let me get a little bit more up and personal with them to see whether they grow on me or they don't grow on me. So, and with headphones, it is a bit like that with a headphone. You either fall in love with it or you don't. And you would have seen in the 5K ones, I think you remember in the review there, I said when it arrived, I thought it sounded horrible. And then after talking to the founder, David, they set the ports to their sound that they like in that part of the world. And after adjusting the ports and change, because well, not so much these ones, I actually haven't really looked at that because I haven't played with these in a long time. But I'm just having a double check. I think by memory, these ones are, let me just have a look. Yeah, they do. So they've got the port changes as well. I really didn't mess with the ports on these. I was just so happy with the way they were, and I was worried if I started playing with them, I could have spent hours going through all the different sound settings. And what I find is when you start messing, if you really do like something and you start playing with ports, you can get yourself in a bit of a fuzzle where all of a sudden you end up making it either worse than what you really enjoyed in the first place. So I do suggest if you're going to mess with the ports like I did with the 5K ones, I took a photo of the way the ports were before I started, and then I just worked my way through. And as I said, with those ones, I did do a port change because I did need to do that to get it to where I wanted them to sound. These, I haven't manipulated or changed any of the ports, so I was very happy to stay with what it was. And my method of thinking was I didn't want to mess with them in the case of either worsening or changing the sound. And you might think, wow, why would you do it on some of the range and not the other? I got a really good idea what the ports do. I understand a lot of it's messing with the bass and the way the sound is in the bass department, whether it be heavier, lighter, or you can decide whether it's a bit more subsonic. But in this particular case, I absolutely loved them straight out of the box the way they were. So there was no real need for me to do that. And I had spent hours on the 5K jobs playing with ports, had a really good understanding of what they did and what they didn't do. So I really wasn't going to do it with these because I was actually very happy with them. So let's get up close and personal, have a look at these. First off, look at them. I mean, they're just absolute. You can see inside. They look at the size of the drivers. And again, being a two-way, this is like, again, like I've said about those crazy earbuds they made. I mean, it's like a $30,000 pair of speakers on the side of your head. They are a little heavy. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. They're light, but they're just a little heavy at the same time. But they certainly Would I own a pair of these? Absolutely. Do I want to give them back? No. I love these. These are just, it's just so hard to describe. When you start listening to these, you just get so wrapped up in them. It's really hard to listen to any other headphone after this, because I did try doing that, and it's just quite upsetting because nothing comes near these for sound. Enjoyment factor off the scale. And again, like all the oBravo stuff, you can see here it's terminated to an XLR. You can see the 4 pins in there, and you've got a choice of a 3.5, so you can see all these different adapters that they provide. You can see them later. So that's your 3.5. You've got the balanced 4.4, and then you've also got the 2.5 balanced as well, terminated to there, and of course the adapter for the to convert it to whatever size you want. So you can convert a 3.5 to the the 6.3 adapter. I'll quickly also show you what comes in the kit. You get the oBravo instruction manual. We'll pull it open. You can see here it shows how to adjust them. You open it up fully, and you can see there, like I said, all the different connections, all the adjustments. It's really well oiled machine, and again all the port settings, which I haven't messed with, as I mentioned earlier. And then we'll also just duck down to the floor. You get this beautiful cloth bag that wraps around the case. Those are inside the case. That little cloth protects the headphone. So we open the case up, and just before we do that, you can turn that around. You can see there it's got a beautiful, like metal, sort of a logo badge that's attached to it. I'll just pop this open, and inside here you can see where they sit. There's a little case that I've just taken off, and inside here we've got the little screwdriver for taking the ports apart to put the different ports in, so the ear pads can be taken off and adjusted. You've got these little protector things that protect the those SLR connections so they don't knock around inside the case. And then it is a solid, you can hear that, a solid alloy case with handle and locks, and also comes with keys so you can lock them up. And I guess if you're spending that sort of money, it's another one of those things you don't want to leave laying around. And also make sure you've got your insurance up to date. So let's get to the nitty gritty. What did we think of these? And I guess what I can honestly say, also while we're at it, let's just go here while I'm thinking of it. Sorry. You can see here they're threaded, so they're not pushing. So you can see here it's a properly threaded connection. And I've got to be honest with you, I'll just see if that'll focus. And you can see here, there it screws into there, and you just pop your little thread onto here with your fingers, lock that up nice and tight. You can see you've got your red on there for right and white for left. So I'm just going to lock that back up again. And the cans are just sensational wood. You can see they've actually engraved their logos into the two head pieces, and they really, wow. Now I've also ran this on all the different amplifiers, headphone amps I could. Again, the DAC1 from Marantz, the Topping, the LYR valve headphone amp. The Lehman Audio was my favourite. Weirdly enough, as I normally use the balance connection, I actually really enjoy these headphones in a non-balanced situation using the Lehman with a 6.5 adapter. That was one of my favourites. Obviously, I also used the DAC Magic 200 from Cambridge Audio. And of course, we also had the Zen DAC Signature, and also the Fuba HD. And that's just roughly some of the amplifiers that I have laying around. And to be honest with you, do I want to give these back? Absolutely not. These are an absolutely sensational headphone. I did find over long wearing periods just a little heavy on the centre of your head where the foam is here. But in that, I'm being pedantic. In reality, did I want to take them off? No, absolutely no way. I didn't care, because the sacrifice I would make to solve that problem then would cause me grief on the sound quality. And for me, I've always been a sound guy, and I've been, as you know, I've been in this for 42 years. I've worked in retail, wholesale, distribution. I've also a technical person too, so my job has always been to listen to products, assess by the sound what a product would be worth based on its sound, and then would it be accepting that cost. So, if I listen to something and it sounds like $500, yes, somebody would be prepared to pay that. And here we are faced with a $15,000 headphone, and I'm thinking to myself, is it worth $15,000? Would somebody pay $15,000 for these? Well, considering I've heard $10,000 headphones, $5,000 headphones, and everything in between, yes, these are definitely worth their price tag. And I guess when you package the whole thing together, remembering they're handmade, it's a two-way speaker effectively each side of your head. And if you like ribbon sound, it's got that real traditional ribbon smoothness to it, very detailed. Every single element of the music, all the instruments, the voices, the bass. And I always wonder, how do you describe something of this level? And again, we'll go back to what I've said when I did the earbuds. Think about a $30,000 or $40,000 pair of floor standers, and here you are replicating it in a headphone, and that's where these things sit. They truly are a sensational headphone, top end crystal clear, voices natural and real, bass there as required, subsonic there as required. It's ticking all the boxes off. So if you're looking for a high-end headphone and you want the best of the best, the oBravo Signature, the HAMT-Signature would be the way to go. If you'd like to find out more information, you go onto hifihq.co.nz for New Zealand or hifihq.com.au for Australia, and you would not be disappointed. It truly is a sensational headphone, and I would recommend this to anybody. If you've got a spare 15k laying around and you want to spoil yourself, this you would not be disappointed with. It is just absolutely sensational. Have a listen. And if you want to find out more information, talk to your local dealer and ask about them. They're at a level where you really are getting what you're paying for, so you would not be disappointed. And yes, I do not want to give these back. I've had these since October last year, so nearly 12 months now, and they're on loan to me, and I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed having these. All the music that came through them, fantastic. A big thank you to David at oBravo, and I really do appreciate him loaning these headphones to us. So again, thank you for tuning into AB Sound Advice, and we'll see you next time.